ataweza kuingia katika ule uongozi ule tulikuwa tunaita Kiingereza kwa ufupi CAS. Lakini kwa yale mambo yaliyotukia hakuweza kufika hapo. Tunasikitika sana, hata nimetamatishwa kusikia kwamba alikuwa amegonjeka kwa muda mfupi, takriban kama miezi miwili hivi. Tungekuwa tumejua, haswa sisi kama kina mama, tungeweza kumtembelea na kuweza kumwombea dua ili Mungu ampatie afueni. Lakini tunajua sisi tulimpenda, lakini Mwenyezi Mungu amempenda zaidi. Mheshimiwa Beatrice, wakati mmoja tulikuwa naye katika kamati moja na tulikuwa karibu sana na yeye, na nilipenda sana mavazi yake. Wakati akivaa alikuwa mama maridadi sana. Hata utaona kile kibeti anachobeba, viatu anavyovaa, nguo anayovaa, yote itakuwa inawiana. Yani alikuwa mama ambaye ni mtanashati sana sana, na alikuwa mama ambaye hana fujo na mtu wala hana dhiki na mtu. Pia tulikuwa kina mama wa kwanza tukiwa na yeye kuwa katika kiti cha kuwakilisha katika kaunti zetu. Mimi nikiwa kule Mombasa na yeye akiwa anawakilisha kule sehemu ya kwao. Tulikuwa wa kwanza baada ya kupata katiba mpya ya taifa letu ya Kenya. Tunasikitika na tunaomboleza pamoja na ndugu zetu wa sehemu zile za Meru, sehemu zile za Tharaka, kumpoteza shujaa wetu, dada yetu Beatrice Nkantha. Tunaomba Mwenyezi Mungu ailaze roho yake mahali pema peponi, na tunaomba serikali ya Kenya Kwanza kupitia Daktari William Samoei Ruto, kwa sababu huyu alikuwa kiongozi wako shujaa, kiongozi wako mwenye msimamo, uweze kuangalia familia yake. Yeye ni mwenda zake sasa, lakini najua ana watoto, pengine hata ana wajukuu. Tusiwatupe viongozi wetu wakati wamepatwa na misiba. Pia tuwakumbuke kwa wale ambao wamewaacha na wao wakiwa wametangulia kule mbele. Tunamuombea Mola amweke pema penye waja wema. Poleni sana watu wa Tharaka, poleni sana watu wa Meru, poleni sana bunge la kitaifa na Kenya kwa jumla. Asante sana, Bi Speaker.
The Honorable Member for Nairobi County, Honorable Esther Pasari.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, for giving me this opportunity to speak. I want to send condolences to the family of Beatrice Nkantha Nyaga for myself and my family and the county of Nairobi. It is indeed a sad moment when you hear that somebody you knew has passed on. And with the nature of life, we served in the 12th Parliament together. We haven't seen her for a while, but I remember we met once during campaigns, and even if she was in UDA and I was in ODM, we still exchanged pleasantries like sisters. I met her again recently when she was appointed to become a cast of Treasury, and she was very happy, and she was also very happy that I had made my second term. She was such a lovely human being. She was a beautiful soul. She had no inhibitions, and at the same time, she had no hard feelings for anyone. In politics, sometimes when you're in opposing parties, people always, you see that there's tension in the friendship. With her, the friendship was pure, sincere, and as a woman, she believed in the tribe of women, so we stood together. I would like to quote Shakespeare. We are all on the world stage, all as men and women, we are merely players that are here, that exist, and we have entrances and we exist. So she has exited the stage, but she will not be forgotten. She has left her landmark. We say sorry to the people of Tharaka Nithi. We also say sorry to the people of Kenya, because as a legislator, you don't just serve your constituency or your county, you make decisions that impact and affect and serve all Kenyans. So as she has exited her stage, we also have seen that we have a nomination of the CS KITHURE Kindiki as the incoming deputy president. And we say that the people of KITHURE have lost with one hand and received with another, but we also recognize that the CS Kindiki is a national figure. He has served in many offices, and he has also served as in, he knows that Kenya is one, and we wish him well in his nomination, and we wish this country the best.
Honorable members, I think we need to close this. Yes, the honorable member for, yes, you may proceed. Yeah, I'll give you the member for Tharaka. I'll give you after. You may proceed first, Double N.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, for giving me this opportunity to send my condolences to the late Mheshimiwa Beatrice Gather from Tharaka Nithi County. I know her personally. We have met in many occasions. Even during the last 2022 campaigns, we were with her in many meetings. And it is saddened us this morning to hear about the demise of Beatrice Gather. We are here to give our sincere condolences to the family, the children, and the whole community of Tharaka Nithi, who was a kind person. She was a generous person. And above all, she was very smart, even at heart. I represent Embu County as women rep, and I know she was one time the women rep of Tharaka Nithi. And as women rep in this house, this August house, we are saddened to lose one of us. And we can only pray that indeed the Kenya Kwanza government, the UDA fraternity, and the entire house, that we shall stand with her and the entire family as we remember her and the entire family. May our soul rest in eternal peace. Thank you.
Honorable Nduyo, member for Tharaka Nithi, you'll be the last one.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, for this opportunity. Madam Speaker, I've been outside trying to draft something better to present in the afternoon, but luckily I got that my colleague has presented this statement to us. Madam Speaker, today is a Sunday and happy day for Tharaka Nithi. Mixed feelings. Madam Gather is my predecessor. A lady that I valued, a lady that I honored. When I decided to vie for the seat of woman rep, I was so confused on how I will go about it, because she was like a mentor to me. That's why I even tell my people that I've not come to compete with her. I'm coming to continue from where she stopped. Alende who had been honored, a professional printer that I worked with the provincial administration for close to 26 years. Alende who didn't know the poor and the rich. Alende who left indelible marks, so many indelible marks in Tharaka Nithi County. Madam Speaker, we are sad. Madam Speaker, Nkatha was a very handy-working lady. One of the founding mothers and one of the founding officers and one of the founding politicians of the UDA party. A great friend of Professor KITHURE Kindiki. I expected her to be here today with us, to be the leading mother to celebrate this joy that is in Tharaka Nithi today. But unfortunately, Madam Gather is not there. We are celebrating this great day, yet we are mourning. I've just talked to the son. It's so sad. But I pray that God may give us peace, that God may comfort the people of Tharaka Nithi County, that God may comfort her family. We loved her. May her soul rest in eternal peace. Thank you.
So, honorable members, let us rise and for a moment of silence in honor of our departed colleague, Honorable Beatrice Gather. May her soul rest in eternal peace. Next order.
Order number 10, Committee of the Whole House.
Honorable members, order. Honorable members, this is this is the call of the whole House to consider the Senate amendments to the Food and Feed Safety Control Coordination Bill, National Assembly Bill number 21 of 2023. Honorable members, this is a very short bill, 3 clauses. Just a request for your attention. What is the majority leader, majority whip? The chairperson for the only chairperson for Agriculture Committee in the House. Are you holding brief? Are you holding brief for him?
Yes,
Oh,
Chair.
great. Oh, great.
Thank you.
So let's proceed then. This is a bill that originated from the National Assembly, then went to the Senate, now is back here with us with proposed amendments in the Senate. Chairperson of the committee will guide us on how to proceed. Would I request the chairperson, Honorable Justice, could you approach the table? Yes, Honorable Justice Kemei.
Chair, I think we're ready to proceed, Chair. And while the chairman is coming in, I should be able to stand in for him. Thank you, Chair.
Senate amendments to clause 22.
Order, Chairperson. All members, I propose the question that the Senate amendment to clause 22 be now approved. Mover.
Chair, we looked at the amendment from the Senate, clause 22, and Chair, after discussing and seeing the merits of the amendment from the Senate, we as a Committee of Agriculture decided to approve the amendment from the Senate. Thank you, Chair.
I would allow any interventions if there's any. Members, I now put the question. Is there? Yes, Honorable.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Would the chair of that committee please explain the amendments, just for the sake of the public and this House?
Thank you, Chair. Thank you, Chair. I want to give the explanation that in the bill, Chair, we had used the terminology conduct risk management, appearing immediately after the words the controller may, and substituting the words advise on the appropriate risk management measures.
Honorable Justice Kamei.
Chair, I want to explain, Chair, that as per the laws of the land, we would not expect the governor to submit any report unless it is authorized by the respective county assembly. So we are basically agreeing, Chair, that it should go through the county assembly before it is passed. Thank you, Chair.
Honorable Tuku.
Thank you, Chair. I wish to support this amendment for simple reason that members of county assembly are representatives of the people. And indeed, if any report emanates from whatever quarter, needs the approval, ratification, and approval by county assemblies. We are talking of a very important bill here, Food and Feeds Safety Control Coordination Bill. Chair, I come from an agricultural constituency where we do dairy farming, and we have so much of unregulated feeds coming from manufacturers. And of course, we know the kind of infiltration that can happen within the circles of animal feeds. But now, after any investigation or, certification of feeds, this report is brought to the governor and he just approves. We'll be opening a highway maybe for corruption, for unscrupulousness, but with the approval of the assembly, who will have direct mandate from the people to oversight, then they'll have an opportunity to interrogate and even do visits and even involve certification bodies like KEBS to make sure, or Food and Drugs Authority, just to make sure that whatever feeds that are getting to our farmers are up to standards and in the best international standards. Therefore, Mr. Speaker, Chairman, I support this amendment. Thank you.
Thank you. Members, I now put the question that the Senate amendment to clause 25 be now approved. Will as many other opinions say aye? Will as many of opinions say nay? Ayes have it.
Senate amendments to the first schedule.
Mover.
Chair, I wish to move that the first schedule be amended by inserting the following new items immediately after item number 3. Each county government department dealing with matters relating to agriculture, that is 3A, Chair, and then 3B, each county government department dealing with matters relating to health. Chair, we propose to reject this amendment because the moment we forward, Chair, issues to the county government, we will not be going down to various departments. We will just be giving the matters to the county government, and then the county government will deal as per the authorization they have. Thank you, Chair.
Your members, I now propose the question that the Senate amendments to the first schedule of the bill be now rejected. Honorable Wundo.
Chair, I totally concur or agree with the committee. I think at times the county governments overreach themselves. These two small departments they have that have got no value at all to the lives of the people shouldn't be involved in very complicated matters like this. Once we have given once it has gotten to the county, the small department, they have no budget. It's only their own employment bureaus that have got no technical ability to deal with this matter. I totally agree. We reject, but then we go back to mediation. I hope that's the only point of mediation. I wish you well that you'll be able to convince them to see the necessity to leave it the way it is. Thank you, Chair.
Yes, Honorable Bai.
Honorable Chair, I wanted to add my voice on the proposal before we approve it. Chair, we know agriculture is the backbone of our country. And formerly, before devolution, whoever was in the country could tell there was some serious activities to do with agriculture on the fields. Officers who had been sent there, supporting farmers, having vehicles, having motorbikes. But today, Chair, after devolution, agriculture is not as much supported by the county governments the way the national government used to support agriculture before devolution. Chair, moving, if we take this direction for another 10, 20 years, this country may start borrowing unnecessary or foodstuffs, which we have never thought Kenya could run out of, especially beef. We can see the industry of livestock in agriculture is much affected. There are no extension officers. You find some counties with I don't know which county up to this far has ever employed, a veterinary officer. Today they are using public health officers to inspect meat in the towns, and the same public health officers cannot be used as field extension officers for agricultural businesses. So, Chair, I would urge the counties to be more vigilant because they are carrying a very important role of feeding this country. And as we empower them, they should take up their role with strength. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Chair. I also want to support this amendment, but still give my voice, Chair, on the issue of feeds, because this is what we're trying to do in empowering the relevant county government departments dealing with matters relating to agriculture. And, Mr. Speaker, the issue of standards and certification is quite an important matter to this country today, because the world is becoming a global village whereby we are now becoming borderless in as far as import and exports are concerned, in as far as competitive and comparative advantage is concerned, whereby now countries will have to trade. We have this slogan that let's go trade, let's exchange goods, let us enjoy each competitive advantage and comparative advantage, Mr. Speaker. And setting the standards is what I would call panacea to what we want, where we want to go. Mr. Speaker, the issue of feeds is quite an interesting matter in this country. If there's no regulation, we cannot trade, because we'll not be able to export, especially our beef, our mutton, or our products, agricultural products, to other countries. And therefore, Mr. Speaker, empowering departments in county governments by legislation is the way to go. We've had exporters trying even to create quarantine centers so that then they can put their animals in certified areas, but without legislation. With this legislation, Mr. Speaker, then it means a farmer in Kinangop, a farmer somewhere in Kwale, a farmer somewhere in Kajiado, can, without belaboring, be able to export their stuff without further certification. And therefore, Mr. Speaker, I support this amendment. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. The Honorable Kemei, take your seat. Honorable members, we order. The Honorable Engineer Oscar Sudi, can you take your seat? The Honorable Engineer Oscar Sudi, can you take your seat? Oh, members, voting on this one, I have to guide this, that the committee is proposing rejection of the amendment. So those who go with the committee will vote nay. Those who go with Senate amendments will vote aye. I hope this is well guided. Yes, Honorable Mbai.
Maybe the honorable member standing in for the chair could indicate the initial proposal of the committee and the proposed amendments by Senate, just to refresh your mind.
That was long done. That is what we just finished.
Just refreshing my
order.
Okay.
That was just finished doing. The chairperson moved the amendment and explained the amendment. We proposed the amendment. It's been debated. Now we are voting. That's what has just happened.
Just
order. We cannot repeat that process. We just finished. So we're going. Members, I will now be putting the question, and I've guided that the committee proposes a rejection of the amendment. Those who support the committee will vote nay. The Senate proposes to amend the bill. Those who support the Senate will vote aye. Therefore, members, I put the question that the Senate amendment, the first schedule of the bill, be now approved. Will as many of the opinion say aye? Will as many of the opinion say nay? Nay. The nays have it. Mover.
Thank you, Chair. Honorable Chairman, I beg to move that the committee do report to the House its consideration of the Senate amendments to the Food and Food Safety Control Bill, National Assembly Bill number 21 of 2023, and its approval thereof with amendments. Thank you.
Thank you, honorable members. I therefore put the question, which is that the committee to report to the House is consideration of the Senate amendments to the Food and Feed Safety Control Bill, National Assembly Bill number 21 of 2023, and its approval thereof with amendments. Will, as another opinion, say aye? Will, as many of the contrary opinion, say nay? The ayes have it. Call the speaker. Call the speaker.
Honorable members, Mr. Speaker. Chairperson, Chairman.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to report that the Committee of the Whole House has considered the Senate amendments to the Food and Feed Safety Control Bill, National Assembly Bill number 21 of 2023, and approved the same with amendments.
Mover.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to move that the House do agree with the committee in the said report. I also request that Honorable Dr. Mutunga to second the motion for agreement with the report of the Committee of the Whole House. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Dr. Mutunga.
Honorable Speaker, I second.
Honorable members on their feet, take the nearest seat. Take the seat, Bashir. Kindiki, take the nearest seat. Where is the nearest? Order, take your seat. Honorable members, I propose the question, which is that the House do agree with the committee in the said report. I now put the question, which is that the House do agree with the committee in the said report. As members of that opinion say aye. Aye. Will those of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Honorable members, like I did indicate to you earlier, following the meeting of the House Business Committee, authority was given to prepare a supplementary order paper which the clerk has prepared, the speaker has approved for circulation, and is now available to you. Clerk. Call it out. Okay, clerk.
Order number 11, the Higher Education Loans Board Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 58 of 2022, second reading.
Joyce Kamene, is she in the house?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, Commander, you may start moving, but at some point I will interrupt you to deal with the issue that we adjourned the House about before you carry on.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I wish to move the amendment on the Higher Education Loans Board Amendment Bill number 58 of 2022. Honorable Speaker, the principal object of this bill is to amend the Higher Education Loans Board Act number 3 of 1995 to address a specific challenge faced by some of the young students, those who have not yet attained the age of 18 years and, as such, are ineligible to apply for higher education loans under the current legal framework. However, Article 27(4) of the Constitution 2010 on equality and freedom from discrimination outlines that the state shall not discriminate directly or indirectly against any person on any grounds, including age. Honorable Speaker, the bill expressly provides that the Higher Education Loans Board shall not deny a loan to a student who has not attained the age of 18 years. This provision recognizes that many students complete their...
For the record, you should have started by saying, Mr. Speaker, sir, I beg to move, then you read your bill, be now read a second time. Then you go on with the good things you're saying.
Mr. Speaker, Honorable Speaker, I wish to move
I beg to move.
I beg to move the bill for the second time.
Read the whole bill. I beg to move that the Higher Education Loans Board Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 58 of 2022, be now read a second time.
I beg to move that the Higher Education Loans Board Amendment Bill of number 58 of 2022 be read for the second time. Honorable Speaker, the principal object of this bill is to amend the Higher Education Loans Board Act number 3 of 1995 to address a specific challenge faced by our young students, those who have not yet attained the age of 18 years, and as such are eligible to apply for higher education loans under the current legal framework. However, Article 27(4) of the Constitution 2010 on equality and freedom from discrimination outlines that the state shall not discriminate directly or indirectly against any person on any grounds, including age. Honorable Speaker, the bill expressly provides that the Higher Education Loans Board shall not deny a loan to a student who has not attained the age of 18 years. This provision recognizes that many students complete their secondary education early and deserve the same opportunities for financial support to their older peers. Honorable Speaker, the students under the age of 18, the bill introduces the requirement that their parents or guardians must be co-signatories to the loans agreement. This ensures that there is legal responsibility and accountability for the loan, protecting both the student and the board, while allowing access to loan for eligible students. Honorable Speaker, Article 43(1)(f) of the Constitution of Kenya on Economic and Social Rights states that every person has a right to education. This guarantees every person the right to education. By removing age-related barriers to accessing higher education loans, the bill seeks to enhance this right, ensuring that all students, regardless to age, have an equal opportunity to access financing to their university education. Honorable Speaker, in addition, Vision 2030 aims to transform Kenyans into middle income country by enhancing access to education and ensuring an educated workforce capable for driving economic development. By removing barriers for students under 18, the bill supports Vision 2030's goal for increasing access to higher education and producing a skilled, competitive workforce. Honorable Speaker, the amendment is also crucial in allowing students who have not yet received their national identification cards to still apply for higher education loans. This removes a significant barrier for many students and ensures that every eligible student can pursue higher education regardless to their age or ID status. Honorable Speaker, this bill ensures that all students, regardless to age, have equal access to financial resources. They do not need they need to further their education. It prevents an exclusion for young, bright students who may complete their studies earlier than expected. Honorable Speaker, it is worth noting that many students are excelling in their studies and completing secondary school before the age of 18 years. They should not be penalized for their academic success by being denied access to financial aid. This amendment will ensure that the system recognizes and supports their efforts. Honorable Speaker, moreover, the amendment strengthens HELB's mandate by adapting the policies to better service for changing educational landscape, ultimately enhancing the effectiveness and relevance of National Students' Loans Program. Honorable Speaker, I conclude this amendment is essential in ensuring fairness and inclusivity in our education system. It addresses a long-standing gap and ensures that every deserving student, regardless to age, has access to financial support for their education. It may be said it has been said times without that education is an equalizer. I urge members of this House to support this bill and ensure swift passage for the benefit of our young students and the future of our education system. Honorable Speaker, I beg to move and request Honorable Ounda to second.
Honorable
Oundo.
Thank you. Order, Honorable Oundo. Order, members. Honorable Oundo, hold your horses.
Okay.
Take your seat. Order, honorable members. Honorable members will hold the bill at order number 11, that has been moved by the distinguished member from Machakos County, Honorable Kamene. Oundo, you'll second after we dispose of order number 12 on the supplementary order paper. Honorable members will proceed as follows. When order number 12 on the order paper, the supplementary order paper is read, the Speaker will give some short ruling on the points of order that were raised by several members this morning. Thereafter, you will have the division bell rung to call you to order for the vote. The House Business Committee has directed that voting will be by electronic process. Those of you who may not have your cards will be required to register with the clerks at the table so that everybody is voted. After the vote is cast and the results announced to the House, then we'll open to a few members who may wish to comment on the nominee that has been processed through the House. So call out order number 12.
Order number 12, voting on the nomination of Professor KITHURE Kindiki, EGH, to fill the vacancy in the office of the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya.
Thank you, honorable members. Honorable members, I have a communication to make on the nomination of Professor KITHURE Kindiki, EGH, to fill the vacancy in the office of the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya. Honorable members, you will recall that earlier this morning at the commencement of the sitting, I notified the House of the receipt of a message from His Excellency the President nominating Professor KITHURE Kindiki, EGH, to fill the vacancy in the office of the Deputy President pursuant to Article 149 of the Constitution. You will further recall, Mutuse, take your seat. Gagusha, take a seat. Honorable members, you may further recall that upon notification of the House, several members rose in their places and raised a number of issues for my guidance. The members who spoke included Honorable Robert Bukose, Honorable Mboka Milemba, Honorable Emmanuel Wangwe, Honorable Samuel Chepkonga, Honorable Jen Gakiri, Honorable Wanami Wamboka, and others. In this regard, I convened a meeting of the House Business Committee for the purpose of deliberating on the next steps to be taken by the House on this matter and guiding the House on the issues raised by the members. Honorable members, I have distilled the issues raised by the members as follows. 1, whether Article 149(1) of the Constitution envisages an approval process in the manner contemplated by the Public Appointments Parliamentary Approval Act, Cap 7F. 2, whether the House shall conduct public participation in voting on the nomination under Article 149(1) of the Constitution. 3, whether the members shall be required to debate on the nomination under Article 149(1) of the Constitution. And 4, the timelines envisaged under Article 149(1) of the Constitution. And 5, the threshold for voting on the nomination and Article 149(1) of the Constitution. Honorable members, permit me to examine each of the issues that have been raised. The first on whether Article 149(1) of the Constitution envisages an approval process in the manner contemplated by the Public Appointments Parliamentary Approval Act. It's noteworthy that the Article 149(1) of the Constitution provides as follows, and I quote, "Within 14 days after vacancy in the office of the Deputy President arises, the President shall nominate a person to fill the vacancy, and the National Assembly shall vote on the nomination within 60 days after receiving it." From a reading of Article 149(1) of the Constitution, it's expressly provided that the National Assembly shall vote on the nomination within 60 days after receiving it. The drafters of the Constitution distinguish the language used in Article 149(1) of the Constitution by expressly providing that the House is required to vote and not approve the nomination. Indeed, this is to be distinguished from the provisions of Article 132(4) of the Constitution, which provides that the President shall nominate and, with the approval of the National Assembly, appoint and may dismiss the Cabinet Secretaries in accordance with Article 152, the Attorney General in accordance with Article 156, the Secretary of the Cabinet in accordance with Article 154, Principal Secretaries in accordance with Article 155, and High Commissioners, Ambassadors, and Diplomatic and Consular Representatives. Members of the bar, take the nearest seats. Honourable members, in this regard, for all the state officers that I have just highlighted, the House is required to approve their nomination by the President. However, in respect to the Deputy President, Article 149(1) of the Constitution expressly provides that the House is required to vote on the nomination. It is noteworthy that the Public Appointments Parliamentary Approval Act applies where an appointment under the Constitution or any other law requires an approval of the House. Consequently, noting Article 149(1) of the Constitution requires the House to take a vote on the nomination, the approval process envisaged under the Public Appointments Parliamentary Approval Act does not apply in this case. The House will therefore adopt the precedent it has set on this matter, and this settles that point. Honourable members, the second issue was whether the House shall conduct public participation in voting on the nomination under Article 149(1) of the Constitution. As stated earlier, Article 149(1) of the Constitution requires the House to take a vote on the nomination of Professor KITHURE Kindiki, EGH, to fill the vacancy in the office of the Deputy President, which is essentially an election. Honourable members, you will recall that the practice of the House, whenever it is confronted with an obligation to vote on the matter as relates to an election, the instances include election of the Speaker, the Deputy Speaker, under Articles 106 of the Constitution, the members of the East African Legislative Assembly and the Pan-African Parliament, for which the House is required to vote on nominations of members to hold such positions. The practice of the House in these instances is that the House has always proceeded directly to vote without public participation. To this end, to the extent that Article 149(1) of the Constitution contemplates the House to vote upon receiving the nomination, the requirement for public participation is not applicable in this case. This settles the second issue. Honourable members, on the third issue relating to whether members shall be allowed to debate on the nomination, is noteworthy that having determined the vote contemplated under Article 149(1) of the Constitution is an election, no debate arises on a matter of election. Indeed, you will recall that in the case of the election of a Speaker of this House and the members of the East African Legislative Assembly, no debate arises. This settles that third issue. The fourth issue, honourable members, is the issue on timelines envisaged under Article 149(1) of the Constitution. You will observe that the Article 149 of the Constitution defines the period within which the President is required to nominate a person to fill the vacancy in the office of the President, office of the Deputy President, which is within 14 days after vacancy in the office of the Deputy President arises. The National Assembly is then required to vote on the nomination within 60 days after receiving it. Honorable members, from the foregoing, Article 149(1) of the Constitution defines the maximum period within which the President and the National Assembly are required to act. To this end, the President can nominate a person to fill the vacancy for the first day, from the first day of the vacancy arises up to the 14th day. On its part, the National Assembly is required to vote on any day from the first day it receives a nomination up to the 60th day after receipt of the nomination. Consequently, the nomination of Professor KITHURE Kindiki, EGH, and the vote the House is required to take today on the nomination is within the constitutional timeline provided for in Article 149(1) of the Constitution. This settles that fourth issue. The fifth and final issue that was raised was guidance on the threshold for voting under Article 149 of the Constitution. It is noteworthy that Article 149(1) of the Constitution has not defined or provided for the threshold for voting for the nomination of a person to fill the vacancy of the office of the Deputy President. Article 122(1) of the Constitution provides that, except as otherwise provided in the Constitution, any question proposed for decision in either House of Parliament shall be determined by a majority of the members in that House present and voting. Consequently, the threshold for voting on the nomination of Professor KITHURE Kindiki, EGH, is a majority of the members in this House present and voting, as provided for in Article 122(1) of the Constitution. That final issue is also settled. Honorable members, in summary, therefore, I wish to guide the House as follows. 1, that Article 149 of the Constitution requires the House to take a vote on the nomination of Professor KITHURE Kindiki, EGH, to fill the vacancy in the office of the Deputy President. 2, and in this regard, the House will be guided by its previous precedents whenever it's called upon to take a vote on a matter as relates to the election of the Speaker, the Deputy Speaker, and members of IALA and Pan-African Parliament. 3, that no debate arises on a matter that the House is required to take a vote. 4, that the nomination of Professor KITHURE Kindiki, EGH, and the vote the House is required to take on the nomination is within the constitutional timeline provided for in Article 149(1) of the Constitution. 5, that the House Business Committee has resolved that the vote contemplated under Article 149(1) of the Constitution be taken today during this sitting of the House. 6, that the threshold for voting on the nomination of Professor KITHURE Kindiki, EGH, is a majority of the members in the House present and voting as provided for in Article 122(1) of the Constitution. The House is therefore accordingly guided and may now proceed to take the vote. Clerk, can you ring the division bell for 5 minutes? Yes, Wanjala? Wanjala?
Yes, Mr. Speaker. As you have rightly said, that we will take a vote. But, Mr. Speaker, this House recognizes 3 types of voting. There is acclamation, there is direct digital voting, and then there is a vote we take by reading out the names.
Roll call.
Roll call, Mr. Speaker.
Yes.
And, Mr. Speaker, when I sit in this House, we are in concurrence that Professor Kindiki is the man, is the Deputy President. Why don't we just, so that we go home, some of us want to take flights, why don't we just vote by acclamation?
Roko?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Article 149, protect me, Mr. Speaker.
Go on, I'm listening.
Article 149 of our Constitution, Section 1, as you have rightly pointed, that the National Assembly shall vote on the nomination of the nominated Deputy President. Mr. Speaker, the mood of the House is that there is no objection whatsoever as far as nomination of Professor Kindiki is concerned. Yes, we are ready with our cards to vote electronically, but Mr. Speaker, we seek your ruling and indulgence so that we can go by acclamation and we solve the matter once and for all. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Order, honorable members. Yes, Senior Counsel. Senior Counsel Otiende. Give Otiende a moment.
Thank you. Honorable Speaker, honorable members, I know this is a serious moment in history. It is also a constitutional moment. I wholly agree with the Honorable Wanjala, Honorable Ruku, in terms of the mood of the House. However, Mr. Speaker, there are things we need to do for the record, not just for ourselves. Even as we speak, this whole process is being challenged in court. We need not allow any gap, because so far, from the start to now, we have not allowed any gap. Let us not be in a rush to allow a gap. I beseech members, let us vote electronically. It does not take time. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable members, let's not open debate on this. Electronic voting takes less than 5 minutes. I'm sure you know this. So since the House is nearly full, let's have the division bell rung for just 5 minutes. Then we draw the bar, you log in, and we call out the vote. And the majority leader and minority leader nominate one person each to act as tellers. Then with those who don't have cards, I said, you record at the table with the clerks.
You're watching live pictures from the National Assembly, where members of Parliament are preparing to vote for the nomination of Professor KITHURE Kindiki to fill the vacancy in the Deputy President's office. Professor KITHURE Kindiki is currently serving as the Cabinet Secretary for Interior and National Administration, a role he has held since October 2022, with a brief hiatus between the 11th July 2024 and 8th of August 2024, when the President dissolved his cabinet. As the Cabinet Secretary for Interior and National Administration, Honorable Kindiki has led and overseen achievement of various milestones and reforms, including the Police Equipment Modernization Program, significantly enhancing the capabilities of Kenya's security services, finalization of a strategic framework to commence implementation of police reforms recommended by the Honorable Justice David Maraga Task Force, as well as abolishment of the previous vetting processes for issuance of national identity cards, recognition of minority groups and stateless communities, ensuring they receive Kenyan citizenship and associated rights, and operationalization of the Public Benefit Organizations Act. These are some of the achievements of Professor KITHURE Kindiki as the Cabinet Secretary for Interior. Prior to his appointment to the Cabinet, Professor Kindiki served as the elected senator for Tharaka Nithi County from 2013, in which time he also served as the Deputy Speaker of the Senate, as well as the Majority Party Leader in the Senate. In his role as Senate Majority Leader, He spearheaded the legislative agenda of the majority party in the Senate and served as the leader of the majority party. As Senate Deputy Speaker, Professor Kindiki deputized the Senate Speaker in presiding over sittings and debates in the House of Senate and enforcing rules of procedure and parliamentary processes. Honorable Kindiki also conducted oversight roles, governance of counties, and participated in law-making on matters affecting counties. As an advocate of the High Court of Kenya with legal experience spanning over 24 years, Honorable Kindiki was consulted for international organizations, including the World Trade Organization's WTO, the African Union, the Intergovernmental Authority on Development IGAD, the United Nations, and UN specialized agencies such as the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees UNHCR and United Nations Development Program UNDP, and practice as defense counsel at the International Criminal Court at The Hague. Honorable Kindiki has also taught law and held various administrative positions at Moi University School of Law and the University of Nairobi School of Law. He began his career as an assistant lecturer in law at Moi University immediately upon graduating with an undergraduate degree in law. He then joined the University of Nairobi as a lecturer after graduating with a PhD in international law, where he quickly rose to the head of Department of Public Law at the young age of 33 years, and then to position of Associate Dean at the age of 35. Professor Kindiki was later promoted to the post of Associate Professor of Law at Kenyatta University. He has authored 35 publications, including books, book chapters, and articles in local and international peer-reviewed journals. Honorable Kindiki holds a Bachelor of Law degree from Moi University, a postgraduate diploma in law from the Kenya School of Law, a Master's of Law degree, and a doctorate in international law from the University of Pretoria in South Africa. His professional affiliations include membership of the Academic Council on the United Nations System, the International Association for the Study on Forced Migration, the International Commission of Juries, the East African Law Society, and the Law Society of Kenya, LSK.
Take your seats. Sergeant, you may now draw the bar. Close the bar, sorry. And of course, lock the door for purpose of voting. Order, honorable members. Order, honorable members. Can I have a feel on how many members don't have their cards? Not many. I request respectfully members who don't have their cards to come to where civil servants sit, where they come to this house, on both sides. And you can go to either side, it doesn't matter, but Get in there. Sergeant, give them way. Ingia huko. Yes. Get to this side, honorable members without cards. You can even spill to the back, no problem. You will be called. Catherine, if you have no card, move in. Yes. Member for Gatundu. Member for Gatundu, complete your journey where you're going. Order, honorable members. Move this side. Eve Obara, you also don't have your card. Come this side. Now, honorable members, the question we are voting on is on the nomination of Professor KITHURE Kindiki, EGH, to fill the vacancy in the office of the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya. That is the question. Now log in. Take out your cards. Take out your cards. Log in. Dora, we are right? Not yet. Tungoje wakurugenzi wa mitambo. Catherine, you have your card? Yes, yes, I can. Yes. Who are the tellers? They are not tellers. Okay. Order. Katana, what is the problem? Tunangojea wakurugenzi wa mitambo. Jora, are we ready? Okay. Are we? Yes. It's not work. Then you join this. Okay, members. Members who have logged in, now vote. Then you will record here. That's all. Don't order, members, don't interfere with your cards so that the system can record and count as you vote. Hold. End of voting. Vote now. Order. Joro, what's the problem? Order, members. Let's repeat. Log out. And your rules require that you vote in silence. Log out. Log in. Yes? Once you've logged in, just hold until you are told vote now. Don't vote yet. Is it malfunctioning? Kirui, is it malfunctioning? Clerk.
She's registering. They can proceed to log in now.
Is it working? You're okay? You have a problem? Vote now. Vote now. Vote now. The IT man, what is the problem? Let's try one more chance. Then, if it doesn't, we explore different opportunities. Vote now. Member for Kisumu, you have voted. You remain where you are. Eh? Pardon? Yes, it's done. Order, members. Order. So you remain in your seats. When the voting is going on, you remain in your seats. The three ladies go back. What's the problem? Now, for the members who didn't have their cards, you will pass one by one, and they will tick against your name. You've already voted here. Oh, very good. And yourself? You have voted? You are voting. Okay. If you have voted, take your seats. Those whose equipment malfunctioned can come to the desk here and report to the clerk. Eh? Okay, okay.
Good afternoon. You're watching live pictures from the floor of the National Assembly, where members are currently voting on the nomination of Professor KITHURE Kindiki to fill the vacancy in the Deputy President's office. The professor was nominated today by the President to fill up that position, which fell vacant following the removal from office of the previous holder. And Professor Kindiki is currently serving as the Cabinet Secretary for Interior and National Administration a role he has held since October 2022, albeit also for a small or a brief hiatus between July 11th and August 8th, 2024. The Cabinet Secretary for Interior and National Administration has served under different capacities, among them the Deputy Speaker of the Senate, the Senator for Tharaka Nithi County, and is currently serving as the Interior Cabinet Secretary. As an advocate of the High Court of Kenya with legal experience spanning over 24 years, Professor Kindiki has consulted for various international organizations, among them WTO, that is the World Trade Organization, the African Union, the Intergovernmental Authority on Development, the United Nations, and UN specialized agencies such as the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees and United Nations Development Program UNDP, and practiced as defense counsel at the International Criminal Court at The Hague. He has also taught law and held various administrative positions at Moi University School of Law and the University of Nairobi School of Law. He began his career as an assistant lecturer in law at Moi University immediately upon graduating with an undergraduate degree in law. He then joined the University of Nairobi as a lecturer after graduating with a PhD in international law, where he quickly rose to the head of Department of Public Law at the age of 33 years, and then to position of Associate Dean at the age of 35. Professor Kindiki was later promoted to the post of Associate Professor of Law at the Kenyatta University. He has authored 35 publications, including books, book chapters, and articles in local and international peer-reviewed journals. Honorable Kindiki holds a Bachelor of Laws degree from Moi University, a postgraduate diploma in law from the Kenya School of Law, a Master of Law degree, and a doctorate or PhD in international law from the University of Pretoria in South Africa. His professional affiliations include memberships to the Academic Council on the United Nations System, the International Association for the Study on Forced Migration, the International Commission of Jurists, the East African Law Society, and the Law Society of Kenya. In a couple of
Honorable members, take your seats. Stop what you are doing, clerk. Honorable members, Hassan. Order, honorable members. Honorable members, taking the cue from the submission of Senior Counsel Tienda Molo, whatever you do must be a record, must be impeccable, and must speak for itself. I'm advised by the clerk that the electronic voting system is malfunctioning, and that even after you voted, the numbers are adjusting themselves upwards and downwards. Consequently, I direct that that vote electronically is cancelled and annulled, and we will do a roll call vote. Clerk, majority and minority leader, give me one teller each. Bukose, and who else? Bukose and Junet. Who?
myself.
Okay. Bring to who? Zamzam. Yes. And who else? One more. Who? We know. Martin. Okay, honorable members, once again, the vote is on the nomination of Professor KITHURE Kindiki, EGH, to fill the vacancy of the office of the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya. Clerk, you can start. Remain in your seats, remain silent. We can do this very quickly.
You ready? Tell us what you say. Ready? 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 Ainabkoi, Chepkonga Kiprono Samuel. Ainamoi, Langat Benjamin Kipkuri. Ainamoi, Langat Benjamin Kipkuri. Not present. Aldai, Kitani Marian Jebet. Alego Usonga, Atandi Samuel. Alego Usonga, Atandi Samuel. Awendo, Owino John Walter. Bahati, Mrembo Irene Joki. Balambala, Shurie Abdi Omar. Baringo County, Sergon Florence Jamatia. Baringo Central, Joshua Kandie. Baringo North, Maglap Joseph.
Yes.
Baringo South, Charles Cameron. Belgut, Nelson Koech. Bobasi, Innocent Obiri. Bobasi, Innocent Obiri. Bobasi, Innocent Obiri. Bamachoke Borabu, Obadia Nolfason. Barongo. Bamachoke Chache, Alpha Miruka Undieki. Bomet County, Chepkorio Linet. Bomet Central, Richard Kilel. Bomet East, Richard Yegon. Bonchari, Charles Onchoke. Bonchari, Charles Onchoke. Bondo, Gideon Ochanda. Bondo, Gideon Ochanda. Borabu, Patrick Osero. Budalangi, Sauti Bita Wanjala. Bumula, Nelson Jack Wamboka. Bumula, Nelson Jack Wamboka. Bungoma County, Catherine Nanjala Wabilianga. Bungoma County, Catherine Nanjala Wabilianga. Bura, Ado Kuno Yakub. Bura Ado Kuno Yakub. Bureti Kibet Komingoi Kirui. Busia County Kadri Nomanyo. Butere Nicholas Tindi Mwale. Nicholas Tindi Mwale. Butula Joseph Oyula. Butula Joseph Oyula. Buri Muruidhania Rindikiri Mugambi. Central Imenti Moses Nguchine. Changamwe Omar Mwinyi. Chopalungu Victor Koech. Chopalungu Victor Koech. Cherangani Patrick Simiu Barasa. Maravin Musa Sirma. Eldas Adan Kenan. Elgeyo Marakwet County Jepto Ngelechei. Embakasi Centro Major Dong Gadiro Benjamin. Embakasi Centro Major Dong Gadiro Benjamin. Embakasi East Babu Owino. Embakasi East Babu Owino. Embakasi North James Gakuya. Embakasi North James Gakuya. Embakasi South Julius Mawade. Julius Mawade. Embakasi West Mark Samuel Mwenje Mureithi. Mark Samuel Mwenje Mureithi. Embu County Double N Pamela Njoki. Mgwen Lelmengit Joseph Kipto. Mgwen Lelmengit Joseph Kipto. Emuhaya Omboko Milemba. Emurodikil Johanna Ngeno. Enebes Kukose Doctor. Fafi Farah Sala Yakub. Funyula Wilberforce Oundo Ojambo. Galole Said Buya Hiribai. Galole Said Buya Hiribai. Said Poster. Ganze Kenneth Charo Tungule. Charo Kenneth Charo Tungule. Garissa County Udgon Amina. Garissa Township Major Deko Baro. Garsen Ali Wario Guyo. Garsen Ali Wario Guyo. Katanga Mureu Wakili. Gatondo North Njoroge Kururia. Gatondo North Njoroge Kururia.
Yes, Ukopule, yes.
Gatondo South Gabriel Kagombe. Gatondo South Gabriel Kagombe. Gem Elisha Odhiambo. Gichugu Robert Gedenji Gichimu. Gilgil Mother Wangari. Githunguri Gathoni wa Muchomba. Githunguri Gathoni wa Muchomba. Hamisi Charles Gimose. Hamisi Charles Gimose. Homa Bay County Bensuda Joyce Otieno. Homa Bay Town George Peter Kaluma. Igembe Central Daniel Kili Karido. Igembe North Taitumu Mnaiba Julius. Igembe South John Paul Mwirigi. Ijara Abdi Ali. Ikolomani Bernard Shinali Masaka. Isiolo County Mumina Bonaya. Isiolo North Joseph Samal. Isiolo South Tubi Bidu Mohammed. Tubi Bidu Mohammed. Jomvu Badibadi Twalib. Jomvu Badibadi Twalib. Juja Koimbori George. Juja Koimbori George. Kabete Gidhua wa Mashukuru. Kabondo Kasipul Ivo Bara. Kabuchai Joseph Kalasinga. Kabuchai Joseph Kalasinga. Kacheliba Lote Titus. Kacheliba Lote Titus. Kaiti Joshua Kimilu. Kaiti Joshua Kimilu. Kajiado County Lea Sankaire. Kajiado Central Elijah Memusi. Elijah Memusi. Kajiado East Kakuta Maimai. Kajiado North Ngogoyo Onesimus. Ngogoyo Onesimus. Kajiado South Parashina Samuel Sakimba. Kajiado South Parashina Samuel Sakimba. Kajiado West Sunkuya George. Kakamega County Elsie Muhanda. Kaloleni Paul Katana. Paul Katana. Kamukonji Abdi Yusuf. Kandara Njogona Chege. Kandara Njogona Chege. Kandui John Makali. Kangema Peter Kihongi. Kangema Peter Kihongi. Kagundo Fabian Chule. Fabian Chule. Kapenguria Samuel Moroto. Kapsaret Oscar Sudi. Karachuonyo Andrew Okwome. Kasarani Karauri Ronald. Karauri Ronald. Kasipul Charles Were, Kadhiani Robert Mbui, Keio North Adams Kipsanai, Keio South Gideon Kimayo, Kericho County Beatrice Kemei, Keses Julius Ruto Kipleting, Wisero Christopher Aseka Wangaya, Kiamba John Jogona Kawanjiku, Kiambu John Machua, Kiambu County Ann Wamuratha, Kibra Peter Orero, Kibwezi East Jessica Mbalu, Kibwezi West Mwengi Ekomas Mutuse, Kieni Njoroge Wainaina, Kigumo Joseph Munyoro, Kiharu Samson Dindi Nyoro, Kikuyu Kimani Ichungwa,
Kilgoris Sunkuli Julius Lekaken, Kilifi Mwanyanje Gertrude Mbeyu, Kilifi North Baya Owenya, Kilifi South Kiti Richard Ken Chonga, Kilome Thaddeus KITHURE Zambia, Kimilili Mutua Didmas Wekesa Baraza, Kiminini Bisau Morris Kakai, Kinango Rai Samuel Gonzi, Kinangop Tuku Zakari Kwenya, Kipipiri Wanjiko Mohia. I repeat, Tuku Zakari Kwenya. Thank you. Kipipiri Wanjiko Mohia. Kipkelion East Joseph Kimutai Cherorot. Kipkelion West Hilary Kiplangat Koske. Kirinyaga Jane Jerry Maina. Kirinyaga Central Joseph Gashoki Getari. Kisauni Rashid Juma Bedzimba. Kisii Donya Doris Aburi. Okay. Kisumu Ruth Odiambo Odinga Busia. Kisumu Central Joshua Odongo Oron. Kisumu East Shakil Ahmed Shabir Ahmed. Kisumu West Rosa Akinyi Buyu. Kitui Irene Mudhoni Kasalu. Kitui Central Makali Benson Mulu. Kitui East Nimrod Mbithuka Mbai.
Kitui Rural, David Mwalika Mboni. Kitui South, Rachel Kaki Nyamai. Kitui West, Edith Vethi Nyenze. Kitui Chache North, Nyakundi Jafeth Mokaya. Kitutu Chache South, Anthony Kibagendi. Kitutu Masaba, Clive Ombane Gisairo. Konoin, Brighton Leonard Yegon. Kureso North, Mutai Alfred Kibrono. Kureso South,
Please repeat.
Can I repeat? Kureso is North, Mutai Alfred Kibrono. Thank you. Kureso South, Joseph Kipkoske Tanui. Kuria East, Maisori Marwa Kitayama Kemero. Kuria West, Matthias Nyamabe Robi. Kwale, Fatuma Hamisi Masito. Kwanza, Ferdinand Kevin Wanyonyi. Lafe, Abdirahman Mohamed Abdi. Lagdera, Abdikadir Hussein Mohamed. Laikipia, Jane Wangeshi Kagiri. Laikipia East, Festus Mwangi Kionjori. Laikipia North, Sarah Paulata Korere. Laikipia West, Stephen Washira Karani. Laisamis Joseph Lekuton. Lamu, Monica Mudhoni Marufu. Lamu East, Ruwaida Mohamed Obo. Lamu West, Mudamas Stanley Moirori. Langata, Felix Odiwor Kode. Lari, Joseph Buruka Hangara. Likoni, Mishi Juma Hamisi Mboko. Likuyani, Innocent Maino Mugabe. Likuyani. Okay. Limuru, John Keragu Chege. Okay. Loima, Protas Ewesit Akuja. Luanda, Dick Maungu Oyugi. Lugari, yeah, he did. Yeah, he said yes. Okay. Okay. So do we repeat? Yes. Dick Maungu Oyugi, Luanda. Okay. Nabi Nabwera Daraja, Lugari. Okay. Lunga Lunga, Mangale Munga Chiforomondo. Lurambi, Titus Hamala Mukwana. Maara, Jafet, yeah, Lurambi, Titus Hamala Mukwana. Okay. Jafet Miriti Kareke Mbuki, Maara. Kamene Joyce Machakos. Machakos Town, Caleb Mutiso Mule. Okay. Makadara, George Aladwa Omwera.
Yes, Aladwa.
Makueni, Susan Ndunge Kiamba. Makueni, Rose Museo Mumo. Malava, Moses Malulu Injendi. Malindi, Amina Laura Mnyazi. Mandera North, Bashir Sheikh Abdullahi.
Yes, we have.
Mandera, Sheikh Umulkhair Kasim. Mandera East, Hussein Waitan Muhammad Abdirahman. Okay. Mandera South, Abdul Ibrahim Haro. Mandera West, Adan Haji Yusuf. Manyata, John Gitonga Mwaniki Mukunji. Maragua, Mary Wamaua Waithera Njoroge. Okay. Marakwet East, David Kangogo Bowen. Okay. Okay.
Order. Order, members. Order. Member for Kisumu. Order. 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 Order, order. Rosa Buyu. Order. Wamaua, vote. Call Wamaua.
Okay. I will move to Marakwet West. Timothy Kipchumba Toroitich. I will repeat, Timothy Kipchumba Toroitich.
Order, Rosa Buyu, you are out of order. Order. Wamaua, just sit down. Order. Go on, Kiroi.
Timothy Kipchumba Toroitich, Marakwet West. Marsabit, Wako Naomi Jilo. Okay, I repeat, Marakwet West.
Order, Lillian Kogo. Order. Lillian. Order. Lillian Kogo, take your seat. Take your seat. Order. Go on.
Marakwet East, David Kangogo Bowen. Thank you. Marakwet West, Timothy Kipchumba Toroitich. Marsabit, Naomi Jilo Wako.
Order, Lillian Kogo. Order.
Masinga, Joshua Mbithi Mutua Malio. Matayos Odanga Geoffrey Makoha. Madare Olwoch Anthony Tom. Madioa Gishuki Edwin Mugo. Madira Kahugu Eric Mwangi. Madioya Edwin Mugo Gishuki.
Madioya is there, yes.
Okay. Madira Eric Mwangi Kahugu. Thank you. Matuga Kasim Sawa Tandaza. Matungu Peter Oscar Nabulindo. Matungulu Stephen Mutinda Mule. Mavoko Patrick Makao Kingola. Mbere North Geoffrey Kariuki Kiringa. Mbere South Bernard Muriuki Nebat. Mboni Nzioka Erastus Kevasu. Mboni Nzioka Erastus Kevasu. Okay. Meru Elizabeth Karambu Kailemia. Karambu Kailemia Meru. Migori Muhammad Fatuma Zainab. Mogotio Ruben Kiborek. Moiben Phyllis Chepkemo Barto. Molo Francis Kuria Kemani. Mombasa, Zamzam Muhammad Chimba. Mosop, Abraham Kipsang Kirwa. Moyale, Guyo Wako Jalesa. Msambweni, Salim Faisal Bader. Msambweni, Salim Faisal Bader. Mount Elgon, Fred Kapondi Chesebe. Muhoroni, James Onyango Oyo. Mukurweini, Kagusha John Philip Geshohi. Mumias East, Peter Kalerwa Salasia. Mumias West, Johnson Manya Naika. Muranga, Betty Njeri Maina. Mvita, Mohamed Sud Machele. Mwala, Musau Vincent Musioka. Mwatate, Peter Mbogo Shake. Mwea, Mary Maingi. Mwingi Central, Gideon Mutemi Muliungi. Mwingi North, Paul Musimi Nzengu. Mwingi West, Charles Ngusia Nguna. Nairobi City, Esther Mudhoni Pasaris. Naivasha, Jane Wanjiru Njeri Kihara. Nakuru, Liza Chepkori Chelule. Nakuru Town East, David Gikaria. Nakuru Town West, Samuel Arama. Nambale, Mulanya Geoffrey Ekesa. Nambale, Mulanya Geoffrey Ekesa. Nandi, Cynthia Chepkoske Muge. Nandi Hills, Bernard Kibor Kitur. Narok, Rebecca Nonaishi Tonke. Narok East, Lemanken Aramat. Narok North, Agnes Mantaine Pareyo. Narok South, Olentutu Kitilai. Okay. Narok West, Gabriel Koshal Tongoyo. Navaholo, Emmanuel Wangwe. Ndaragwa, George Gashagwa. Ndiwa, Martin Peters Owino. I vote yes. Ndia, George Masharia Kariuki. Njoro, Charity Katambi Chepkwany. North Hor, Ade Wario Guyo. North Imenti, Rahim Dawood Abdul. North Mogrango, Joash Nyamache Nyamoko. Nyakach, Owor Joshua Aduma Owor. Nyakach. Nyali, Muhammad Ali. Nyamira, Jerusha Momanyi Mongina. Nyandarua, Faith Waire Mogitau. Nyando, Okelo Jared Odoyo. Jared Okelo Odoyo. Nyaribari Chache. Tayari amevote. Nyaribari Chache, Janda Zahir. Nyaribari Masaba, Daniel Ogwoka Manduku. Nyatike, Tombo ya Odege. Nyeri, Rahab Mokami Washira. Nyeri Town, Duncan Maina Madenge. Oljororok, Michael Mwangi Mushira. Olkalau, David Juguna Kiaraho. Odaya, Michael Wambogo Wainaina. Pokot South, David Losiakao Kosing. Rabai, Mupe Anthony Kenga, Rangwe, Lilian Achiengogo, Rarieda, Paul Rangwe, Gogo Lilian Achieng. Thank you. Rarieda, Paul Otienda Molo. Rongai, Paul Kibet Chebor. Rongo, Paul Abuor. Roy Sambu. Okay. Roy Sambu, Agustin Kamande Muafrika. Ruaraka, Francis Kajwang Tom Joseph. Roiru, Kengara Simon Nganga. Runyenjes, Eric Muchangi Njiru Karemba. Sabatia, Sloya Clement Logova. Saboti, Caleb Amisi Luyai. Saku, Dido Ali Raso. Samburu, Pauline Lenguris. Samburu East, Jackson Lekumontare Lentoijoni. Samburu North, Dominic Eli Letipila. Samburu West, Josephine Naisula Lesuda. Seme James Wamburanyikal. Shinyalu Frederick Lusuli Ikana. Siaya Christine Ombako Dwor. Sigor Peter Lochakapong. Sigowet Soin Justice Kipsang Kemei. Sirisia John Walukekoi. Sotik Francis Kibiagon Arab Sige. Saudi Menti Dr. Shadrach Mwiti Idenji. South Mogirangos Silvanas Osoro Nyego. Soy David Kiplagat. Starehe Mwago Amos Maina. Suba North Millie Grace Akoto Diambo. Suba South Karoli Omondi. Subukia Samuel Kinudia Gashobe. Suna East Muhammad Junet Sheikh Nu. Suna West Peter Francis Masara. Okay. Taita Taveta Lydia Haika Mnene Mizige. Okay. Tana River Amina Dika Abdullahi. Tarbaj Hussein Abdi Bare. Taveta John Okano Bwire. Teso North Edward Kaunya Oku. Yes. Teso South Mary Emase Otucho. Tetu Geoffrey Wandeto Mwangi. Tharaka George Getonga Murugara. Tharakanithi Susan Ngugenduyo. Thika Town Alice Wamboi Nganga. Tiati William Kamket Kasait. Tigania East Lawrence Puruaburi. Tigania West John Kanywidia Mutunga. Tinderet Julius Melik Biwot. Tongaren John Murumba Chikati. Trans Nzoia Lillian Chebet Siyoy. Tarbo Janet Chepkemboy Sitiene. Turkana Cecilia Asinyen Nyetit. Turkana Central, Joseph Namuar Emathe. Turkana East, Nicholas Gikolong. Turkana North, Paul Ekwom Nabuin. Turkana South, John Ariko Namoit. Turkana West, Daniel Epuyo Nanok. Wasingishu, Gladys Jepkoske Boss. Ugenya, David Oumochieng. Uriri, Mark Ogola Nyamita. Vihiga, Kevai Ernest Ogesi Kagesi. Vihiga, Beatrice Kahai Adagala. Voi, Hamis Chome Abdi. Wajir, Fatuma Abdi Jeho.
I vote yes.
Wajir East, Aden Dawoodi Mohammed. Wajir North, Ibrahim Abdi Sane. Sane. Wajir South, Mohammed Aden Ado. Wajir West, Yusuf Mohammed Farah. Webuye East, Martin Pepela Wanyonyi. Webuye West, Daniel Wanyama Sitati. Daniel Wanyama Sitati. West Mogrango, Stephen Mogaka. West Pokot, Rael Chepkemoy Kasiwai. Westlands, Timothy Wanyonyi Wetangula. Wundanyi, Danson Mwashako Makuona. Yata, Robert Ngui Basil. Ali Abdisirat Khalif. Sabina Wanjiru Chege. Joseph Hamis Sidena. Suleka Hulbale Harun. Dorothy Mudoni Ikiara. Jackson Kipkemoy Koske. Jackson Kipkemoy Koske. Irene Nyakerario Mayaka. Umulher Harun Muhammad. Teresia Wanjiro Mwangi. Abubakar Ahmed Talib. Mara. Yeah.
Yes, America, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Mara, Jafet Miriti Kareke Mbuki. Okay, we are done. Yeah.
Order, members. Is there any member who has order, Kiborek? Order. Is there any member who has not had his or her name? Honorable members, is there any member?
Yes.
Yes.
Joseph Wainaina Iraya. 340. Joseph Hamisi Dana.
There is a member at the back there, the nominated member.
No, he's voted.
Okay. Honorable members, order, honorable members, is there any member who has not been called out on the roll call? No member.
Could the Honorable Member for Loima, Honorable Protas Ewesit Akuja, come to the front, please? Thank you.
Good afternoon. The members of parliament have been voting for the nomination of Professor KITHURE Kindiki to fill the vacancy in the Deputy President's office. This voting by roll call was necessitated by the failure of the electronic system, and that roll call has been taken, and tallying of the votes is currently underway. So in a couple of moments we will get the result of the exercise that has been taking place, but just to familiarize with the standing orders on voting and divisions. Standing order 73, roll call voting. When the Speaker directs a roll call voting to be taken, the division bell shall be rung for 10 minutes. The names of one teller for the ayes and one teller for the nays shall be submitted to the Speaker, and the Speaker shall direct the tellers to take seats at a designated place, which we saw a couple of minutes ago. At the end of 10 minutes, the Speaker shall direct the doors to be locked and the bar drawn, and no member shall thereafter enter or leave the House until the roll call vote has been taken. When the doors have been locked and the bar drawn and the names of the tellers have been announced, the Speaker shall put the question again and direct the clerk to call out the names of members in alphabetical order in the presence of the tellers. When called out, each member shall thereupon rise in his or her place and declare assent or dissent to the question in the following manner: I vote yes, or I vote no, or I abstain, or use appropriate Kenya Sign Language. That is according to Standing Order 73 of the National Assembly. After the clerk has read the last name in the division list, the tellers shall present the result of the roll call vote to the Speaker, who shall thereupon announce the result of the vote to the House. So we are waiting for that process to conclude. On your screen, you can see there's that activity taking place. The tellers are standing to the left of the screen. Just in front of the Speaker is the Member of Parliament for Endebess, Honorable Dr. Robert Bukose, and the Member of Parliament for Ndewa constituency there on your screen, Honorable Owino, who is also a teller, and they are being assisted by the clerks. Standing Order 71 of the National Assembly talks about technical failure, confusion or error occurring, which we did see some minutes ago. In the event of a technical failure, confusion or error occurring in the course of voting, which in the opinion of the Speaker cannot otherwise be corrected, the Speaker may direct the House to another round of electronic voting or proceed to a roll call voting. And all that we have seen today during this historic exercise for the National Assembly, where they are considering the nomination of Professor KITHURE Kindiki, EGH, to fill the vacancy in the Deputy President's office. The professor currently serves as the Cabinet Secretary for Interior and National Administration, a role he has held since October 2022. But there was a brief moment between July 11th, 2024 and August 8th, 2024, when His Excellency the President dissolved his cabinet. But the former senator for Tharaka Nithi County was reappointed to the very docket that he had served and is currently serving the country in that capacity as the Cabinet Secretary for Interior. We will see the decision that is taken by the National Assembly this afternoon.
Order, honorable members, order. Members, take your seats. Take your seats. Take your seats. Jane Kagiri, take your seats. Take your seats, members. Karemba, take your seats. Ruku. Take your seats. Take your seats.
So which one are we using?
Tell us, go to the bar. Tell us, approach the dispatch table now. Who is your team leader, Bukose?
Honorable Speaker, on the voting, abstentions 0, nays 0, ayes 236.
You have signed to the... Order, honorable members. Order. Order. Who is that member? Hillary. Take your seat. Honorable members, the vote on the nomination of Professor KITHURE Kindiki to fill the vacancy in the office of the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya is as follows. Abstentions, nil. Noes, nil. Ayes, 236. Present and voting, as we had advised you earlier, the vote is overwhelmingly yes. So the nomination is herewith declared passed by the House, and the Speaker will transmit the results to the President, and the Speaker will also sign a Gazette notice to this effect that the nominee for Deputy President has been duly voted by the House and approved. Approval is not applicable here, has been voted by the House, and therefore will transmit to the appointing authority to proceed with the appointment. He is now Deputy President-elect. Members having finished on the issue of the Deputy President-elect. It is now 1:54 p.m. and the House will adjourn until this afternoon at 2:30.
Order. If we wanted to break now, the majority leader would have approached the chair.
You've been watching the proceedings in the National Assembly, where the House has voted for the nominee to fill the position of Deputy President, and that is Professor KITHURE Kindiki. That message will be transmitted to the President, and the Speaker of the National Assembly will gazette the decision of the National Assembly this afternoon. As things stand, Professor KITHURE Kindiki is the Deputy President-elect. This broadcast has been brought to you by the Parliamentary Broadcasting Unit in conjunction with the Kenya Broadcasting Corporation. My name is Edward Kabasa. Good afternoon.